Hey everyone, I am Pion and welcome to Pion's Perspective. So I'm a bit sick, but there's a new Strife patch, so I have to make a video about it. Let's take a look at Strife patch 0.4.5. It seems like S2 is sticking to their alternating patch policy. So the last patch was all about content, this one is all about balance. Who knows what the next one will be? Content. Let's take a look. Okay, the first few changes have actually nothing to do with balance. Interesting anyway. So crafting items and unlocking pets is cheaper with gems now, which is a good thing in my opinion because the prices felt very steep. But I still think that $2.50 is pretty expensive for crafting an item. But when it comes to costs, it's always a question of personal preference. And the only thing you can do about it is voting with your wallet. So if you think the price is still too expensive, don't buy it. If you think it's okay, go for it. But it's good to see the prices going down in my opinion. Okay, the next thing, crafting changes. Salvaging a crafted item will now grant more elixirs, increased from 60 to 180. This is a very, very good change because the old system was very punishing when it comes to experimentation, and a lot of people were requesting this, and here it is. It makes it easier to adapt to the meta. It makes it easier if you like when you were new and crafted the wrong items, so you can just salvage them, don't lose too many elixirs doing so. It's still not solving my problem, which is I don't have enough elixirs to craft all the items I want, but most people don't have that problem, so I guess poor me. Let's talk about balance, shall we? Okay, so the first change is quite a strong ace buff actually. Frostbite will now only trigger in response to damage from heroes rather than all sources of damage. So the three thingies circling around for, ace, yeah, they will not get triggered by brawlers anymore, which makes I think this is quite strong. We will see how this will affect the meta or Ace's balancing. I'm still scared of that pub stomping Ace because Ace is getting buff after buff after buff and he's still not viable for competitive play, but he's getting stronger and stronger in pub games. And I'm a little scared of that, but we will see, I guess. I hope he's not too strong now. Okay, last patch we had this really weird hail change, how the inertial sword is working with tower mechanics, and now S2 decided to streamline the tower mechanics a bit, and now we see a bunch of changes regarding this. The first one is Splinter Shield from Feathers Down will now cost tower aggro when damaging an enemy hero. So this is a small nerf to Feathers Down, but I don't think it will hurt him too much, and it streamlines the tower aggro mechanics, so good change in my opinion. Hail got actually quite a buff on his ultimate, cooldown reduced from 120 seconds to 90 seconds across all levels. That's pretty good because Hail had one problem. Late game, when he got in a team fight and his ultimate was on cooldown, he was quite useless. And that made him, yeah, one of the weaker heroes for competitive play at least, and making the ultimate more reliable, like, yeah, with more uptime. It should help him a bit while not making him too strong in pub games, for example. So good change, in my opinion. Harrower, Spirit Companion will now cost tower aggro when damaging an enemy hero. As I said, tower aggro mechanic streamlining, good change. Nerfing Harrower a bit is probably not the worst idea ever, so appreciate it. Gokong got nerfed a bit, and that's probably important because he was quite strong. A lot of people were complaining he's doing too much damage. The damage of the Q and the W got nerfed quite a bit. I have no idea why S2 decided to nerf those things and not other things, but it might be a good idea. The problem was the damage, obviously. Like, okay, they nerfed the damage from Q and W, not from E. Some people say that the E was a problem. I'm not so sure about it. I'm a little confused by the W damage, but I guess it is about to make the skill less about the damage and more about the slow and the mobility. So, yeah, we will see how this plays out, but nerfing Gokong was absolutely the right choice. Nikolai, changes, Piledriver, changes have been implemented that will make landing this ability a bit more reliable. This is very good because I saw a lot, and I'm meaning a lot, of missed ultimates, and missing an ultimate with a high cooldown is very, very disappointing and very unsatisfying. And so changing that a bit is probably a good thing. Cast indicator corrected to not be wider than its actual hit radius, well, it helps as well, I guess. It's a small buff to Nikolai, which was not really necessary, I guess, but well, we will see if he's too strong now. Okay, Ray. Burrow bolts will now cost tower aggro, and the tooltip got fixed. This is, again, tower aggro changes makes sense, and nerfing Ray a bit makes sense as well, because Ray is freaking strong. So good change. Trixie, this is a brilliant change. At the beam, cannot be cancelled in the first 0.25 seconds of casting the ability. This prevents double tapping hotkey from insta-cancelling the ability. This is so good. I don't play Trixie, but I want to see this change on other spells as well. Warp Boots, Orbital Drop, and everything else that channels. Please implement this for everything. This is brilliant. Very good idea. Everwinter Charm, now probably tagged as a slow and will be affected by crowd control reduction. This is more a bug fix than a change, because I didn't actually know that this was not affected by crowd control reduction. It should be, and nerfing Everwinter Charm is not the worst idea ever anyway, so thanks for this bug fix. Thundercaller got buffed quite a bit actually. Basically, damage increased against heroes by 50%. This is what it says. No, not really, but almost. The damage has increased from 45 to 60, and the damage against brawlers, or the multiplayer against brawlers, is reduced from 2 to 1.5. This means more damage against heroes, same damage, or almost same damage against brawlers. Makes sense. Thundercaller is not a very good item so far, so maybe it's getting viable now. I still don't like this item, mainly because of the 25% proc chance, but it might be good now, especially on some heroes. Okay, Seer's Eye. Instead of 100 mana, Seer's Eye now grants 175 health. This is a net buff, but because 175 health is worth more gold than 100 mana. But it's an indirect buff as well, because health is more, like, more people are looking for health items than for mana items, so it's more viable in more builds and more of a situational item, because if you're talking about mana, like at a certain mana pool you don't need more mana, and buying a mana item then is a waste. So, and most people consider this when they're creating the item build. So if they think, oh, now in this match it would be really cool if I got a Seer's Eye, but I already have enough mana, screw that, I will not get it. But health is always useful, so changing those stats from mana to health buffs the item quite a bit, and we might see some more appearance of that item now, which is pretty cool in my opinion. Boulder got basically the same bug fix as the Everwinter Charm. It will now be affected by crowd control reduction, and this sums up the patch. And yeah, it's a nice, packed, but pretty interesting balance change patch, and we will see how this plays out, and I'm looking forward to the next few days testing it. And to you guys, thanks a lot for watching, have fun, and see ya next time.